Hi guys, welcome back on board of the Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Litecoin. What Litecoin is all about. We're going to talk chart analysis, Litecoin compared to USD, and Litecoin compared to the Bitcoin chart. Of course, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, and just now we managed to hit all-time high. We hit price of above 93,000 again, and we took this previous all-time high from 13th of November 2024. Of course, we're also going to talk some traditional markets because, as you know, they are very much correlated. Once the S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial, Nasdaq, they start going up, usually the crypto markets are coming with them, and they are very much correlated, as I've said. So let's just start with the Bitcoin chart. And right now, we hit all-time high. So my personal opinion, of course, anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice, it's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do your diligence and make your own research. So what I anticipate is actually to go prices, test price of around 97, 90, even 98,000. And while everyone is thinking that we're going above 100,000, then potentially I think we're going to come and test this huge previously yearly resistance line that acted as resistance in April and November of 2021. Actually, also it acted as resistance in the beginning of this year, in March of this year, when we hit price of above 70,000 for the first time. And of course, we were in a huge consolidation phase or a correction phase for many months, for 9 months, and we snapped out of it. We actually managed to go above it a few days ago, and now we are in a full price discovery. So this is my personal opinion. We're gonna go to price of around 97, 98,000. Potentially, we'll come back test price of around 80, 82,000. We're gonna find a support into this previous yearly resistance line, and then we're gonna have continuation of the trend, and potentially by the end of this year or early next one, start hitting price of around 109,000. This is my personal opinion, of course, guys. Potentially, then we're gonna have a huge correction. We find a bottom somehow, and then we're gonna have more upside momentum. Of course, some of the altcoins will actually outperform Bitcoin, and I think potentially Litecoin is gonna be one of those coins. But before we talk about Litecoin, let's just talk about the S&P 500 and how I was able to nail every single move. So pretty much since I launched my channel here at these prices, we had a huge correction, 10% on the downside. And I've told you guys there's no reason for panic. While all these big YouTubers were calling for a bear market, I said I don't see it. I think that's a bullish structure. And in my personal opinion, we're heading for way higher prices than what it is now. Actually, we snap out of it. And I think my first video was V-shaped recovery. You can turn back some of my videos. Everything is there. V-shaped recovery, that's what we had. We almost start hitting all-time high price of around 5,650. And then what did I tell you guys? Then potentially we'll come back and test this previous resistance line. We turn it to support. And that's what we had. We turn it to support and continuation of the trend on the upside and start hitting price of around 6,000. Once we hit this, I've told you it will be healthy for the overall trend to actually come back, have a little pullback, and test this previous local top at price of around 5,850 and find the bottom, and then we're going to have continuation of the trend and start hitting price of above 6,100 potentially this week. Of course, in the process we formed a reverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish signal, and measure from the head to the bottom. That will be prices of above 6,250, potentially even further than that. But let's just talk about, and all together, guys, combined the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, the Bitcoin chart, some of the altcoins, I'm telling you my personal opinion, that's not a financial advice, we start, and they already started, some of them, to outperform Bitcoin, and potentially Litecoin can be one of those coins. What I'd like to see, Litecoin is a very popular coin, survived multiple bear markets, and every bull cycle we're hitting an all-time high. I mean, we just have to look back in history, and if history is any indicator, potentially something like that can play out again in 2025. From October in 2013, we dropped prices for around 20. For one Litecoin was around 20 cents. We went all the way to 50 to 55. To $55. So that's over 100x. That's over 100x. If we measure the other move from 2016 2017 bull cycle, Litecoin was around, I think, but then we went around $1 again. Yeah, we went $1 for Litecoin, and we in 2007 and December of 2017 we went all the way to 307. So that's 300x. And measured from the bottom in 2020 when COVID happens, when the pandemic happens in 24, we were at 20, almost $25, and we went and we touched this upper trend line again in on 10th of May of 2021, when was the top of the bull cycle. That was around 20x, roughly 20x. So what I'm anticipating this bull cycle to take out this all-time high at price of around $413. Why? Because every bull cycle we did that before. So this is something that I actually anticipate. But what I'd like first to see is to actually break out and take out this local top at price of around $113, and this one in from June of 2023, price of around $115. So if we go and snap above it and potentially go to $120, we come back, test this previous resistance lines, multiple touches on the upper trend line, previous resistance, turn into support, and I can clearly see going to $280, $300 very quickly. From $120, potential pullback to 110, and then we can quickly go to 280, $300. That's how we're gonna form the right shoulder, and potentially we can have a huge reverse head and shoulders, which we can go, and if we snap out of it, we can go and test this trend line. Since we had multiple tests on the upper trend line here in December of 2017 and in May of 2021, and potentially if we go and tested it again by Q2 of 2025, my personal opinion is, and this is just a chart analysis on one-on-one, if we have more tests on the upper trend line, this dealing with theory probabilities is basically telling us that we have a high possibility of breaking out on the upside. So if we go and potentially go to $500, let's say, and have a full price discovery, come back, test this huge yearly resistance line into support, I can quickly see a Litecoin goes above $1,000 and potentially even further than that. This is just my personal opinion, guys. If we reached over $1,000 for one Litecoin, I think the market capitalization is still below 100 billion, and we have to look into consideration what happened the previous bull cycle in 2021. Dogecoin, Cardano, BNB, and some other coins went above 100 billion. And in my personal opinion, a Litecoin serves its purpose, its store of value. And if we compare it in like in the metal markets, gold and silver, Bitcoin, let's say it's the gold standard, silver is actually the Litecoin is actually silver. And in my personal opinion, silver is very much undervalued, and in this case, Litecoin is also very much undervalued. Of course, there's some fundamentals, potential ETF launch, approval, it can happen next year. In my personal opinion, that will boost the investments into that fund, and it's gonna be easier for pension funds, for even countries to invest in Litecoin, and basically to preserve its currency by getting more Litecoin, because it's limited supply, and as we've proven now with this chart analysis, every bull cycle we're hitting all-time high, and we're actually preserving the higher lows, which of course that's a bullish signal as well. Again, guys, anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes, and before you do anything, do your diligence and make your own research. And let's look Litecoin compared to the Bitcoin. Now we're moving out from this huge falling wedge, and if we snap out of it, potentially, in my personal opinion, we can go and test this price of February of 2018 at around 25,000. So that's around 25x from here. I don't know if we can go all the way to 25x from here, but let's face it, sooner than later, if we go to 100 at the time of recording this video, one Litecoin is around $87. So if we go to $100, that would be 10. I mean, from now it's around 11, 12x. So potentially something like that can play out, and Litecoin can go and end up above $1,000. Again, not a financial advice. Once again, guys, thank you all. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you really, really want to support my work, you can subscribe to my Patreon and get my two books for absolutely free. The Crypto Guidebook, over 60 pages, filled with very useful information for this bull cycle. And the other book, The Art of Chart Analysis, over 70 pages, filled with very useful information, of course. Again, you can gain quite a lot of knowledge in the art of chart analysis, how to spot a bullish trend, a bearish trend. But not only that, I think that will be very interesting for you to see. And of course, with that subscription comes exclusive content with 50 or potentially even 100x, the most undervalued, underappreciated coins out there. Once again, guys, thank you all. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.